Happy Sunday, Summit Healthers. I hope you are doing well. Excuse me. My name is Coach Megan, and I am a coach with Summit Health, and I'm here to chat about safer products. So buckle up. We're going to chat. We're talking safer cosmetics, safer skincare, and anything of that nature. So before I really start to dig into this, if you want to, you could go and grab a shampoo, a lotion, something that you use regularly, a laundry detergent, any of those things that you maybe use daily or weekly. And we're going to look at the back of them and see if there's anything that we can see that I'll be talking about. So if you want to grab shampoo, lotion, laundry detergent, any of those things we can chat about. If you want to grab one of those things, then we can look at the back and discuss the label if you'd be interested in that. So, quiz time. What is the body's largest organ? It's skin. Now, we are here at Summit Health doing our best to take care of our bodies. We're eating well to help with gut and hormone health. We're doing cardio to help with our heart and cardiovascular system. We're strength training to work those muscles and keep our bones strong. But are we actively thinking about our skin and the effects our daily products have on us? On average, the American woman uses roughly 16 personal care items a day, with men being a couple fewer than that. 12, I think, was their average, maybe even 8. So those items range from detergent used on your laundry to the lipstick on your lips. And each of these products contain hundreds of different ingredients. So I have notes, which is why I'm looking over here. I like to have information so that it's not just tumbling out of my head in different directions. Why should we care about the products and the ingredients that we have? Well, maybe you didn't know this, but the cosmetics or personal care industry is basically the wild, wild west. The last major law concerning the personal care industry was in 1938. There are currently only 30 ingredients that are banned for use in our products in the United States, while other places like the European Union have 1,400 ingredients that are banned. And Canada has over 600 ingredients that are banned. So we are severely lacking with our 30 ingredients that we limit cosmetic companies to. So what's the big deal? Well, some of the ingredients used enter the body and act like endocrine disruptors. What's an endocrine? I can't even say it. What's an endocrine disruptor? They're synthetic chemical molecules that can mimic the shape, structure, and function of natural hormone molecules. With these molecules in our skincare, we're dosing ourselves with look-alike hormone molecules. And this can lead to known issues like developmental malformations, interference with reproduction, increased cancer risk, and disturbances in the immune and nervous system functioning. Okay. So if you grabbed shampoo or conditioner or a lotion, we're going to look at some of the heavy hitters. So there's this company called the Environmental Working Group, and they are a nonprofit organization that help people look at their personal care items. You can go on their website and type in what you're using, and it will rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. They also help with food, helping you find, they have something called like the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. So those are the 12 vegetables and fruits that you should always wash and or try to buy organic if you can. And then the Clean 15 are the ones that, well, you should always wash your fruits and veggies, but they're the ones that you, if you can't afford organic, skip buying these in organic. So the EWG also helps with skincare and personal care items. So they rate your items on a scale. So if you have things, we can look at some of the ingredients that might be on the back of your bottles and that you would want to skip. I'm trying to think of ones that would be totally obvious. Here's ones that could be found in your sunscreen or your moisturizer. It's called benzalkonium chloride. I'm also going to put a link to the EWG website so that you can look at it yourself when all this is done. Benzalkonium chloride is a disinfectant used as a preservative and surfactant, which surfactant means it helps it like go on smoothly, associated with severe skin, eye, and respiratory irritation and allergies. Again, it can be found in sunscreens or moisturizers. Another one could be coal tar hair dyes and other coal tar ingredients. Those can be found in hair dye, shampoo, sometimes in your mascaras. They're a byproduct of coal processing that is a known carcinogen. It's used as a colorant and an anti-dandruff agent. EDTA, or ethyl diamantinic acid. It's a chelating or binding agent added to cosmetics to improve stability. It may be toxic to organs. It can be found in hair color or moisturizers. Let's see some heavy hitters here. Formaldehyde. It's used as a preservative in cosmetics. It's a known carcinogen that is also linked to asthma, neurotoxicity, and developmental toxicity, present where these different ingredients could be seen. So if you see these on your bottle, you probably have formaldehyde. Quaternium 15, DMDM, dialkylurea, sodium hydromethylglycinate. These are so hard to say, you guys, which is why people just brush over the ingredients on the back of their bottle because we don't know how to say them or what they are. But this is important. Hydroquinone, a skin lightening chemical that inhibits the production of melanin and is linked to cancer, organ toxicity, and skin irritation, often found in skin lightening creams or like brightening lotions and stuff of that nature. Oxybenzone. This is a sunscreen agent and ultraviolet light absorber linked to irritation, sensitization, and allergies, and a possible hormone disruption. Oxybenzone has been banned in places like Hawaii. If your sunscreen contains it, you're not allowed to use it. So you need to find a sunscreen that does not use that. Parabens. Oh, the reason why is because it's harming the coral reef. So in places where the coral reef can be affected, they're not allowing any sunscreens with those things in them. So if it's harming coral reefs and they're not allowed to use it, what do you think it's doing to our bodies? Parabens. This one maybe you've heard of. Methyl, isobutyl, propyol, and others. They're a class of preservatives commonly used to prevent the growth of bacteria and mold. Parabens are endocrine or hormone disruptors, which may alter important hormone mechanisms in our bodies. They can be found in shampoo, face cleanser, body wash, body lotion, foundation. They're in a lot of places. So if you're looking at the back of your bottle of lotion or shampoo or whatever it is that you grab for this, and you see things like methylparabens, isobutyl parabens, you want to kind of maybe avoid it. Phthalates. They can be, phthalates can be written as DBP, DEHP, DEP, and some others. They are a class of plasticizing chemicals used to make products more pliable or to make fragrances stick to skin. Phthalates disrupt the endocrine system and may cause birth defects. They can be found in nail polishes, hairsprays, plastic materials. Oh, there's so many of them. One more. Sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium lauryl sulfate. SLSs or SLESs are surfactants that can cause skin irritation or trigger allergies. They're a byproduct of a petrochemical process called ethylglycylation, which is used to process other chemicals in order to make them less harsh. It's found in shampoo, body wash, bubble bath, etc. So there's lots of them. I can link to different websites that will allow you to look at your own products to see if you have any of the ingredients that they don't recommend. And then you can also, read what the ingredients, like why is it an issue? Is it an irritant or is it a known hormone disruptor? And then you can choose. Well, if it's just going to irritate me and it's not currently irritating me, not an issue. But if it's a known hormone disruption, then maybe I do want to skip it so that I'm not getting those mimicked hormones being put onto my body. Okay, so what do we do? Well, let me chat about what not to do. Do not get distracted by greenwashers. What's greenwashing? Listen, Have you ever wondered what all natural or organic means when it comes to your personal care items? Yeah, me too. And because of major loopholes in the US federal law, cosmetic companies can boldly make these claims that their product is organic or all natural, but without proper regulations, they often mean nothing. Nada. They're just some fancy words on a bottle. So, natural. For years, the natural category has been the fastest growing segment of the global cosmetic industry, and a recent report predicts the market is currently worth about $16 billion. It's very clear consumers are demanding natural and safer products, so brands are rushing to respond to the demand. But what does it mean if you see natural on a label? Legally, nothing, since the FDA doesn't regulate it. It means that all or a certain percentage of a product's ingredients are mineral or plant-based rather than synthetic. To find out the level of a brand's commitment to being natural, look for third-party certifications. Organic, the word organic. Unfortunately, the FDA doesn't regulate the term organic on cosmetic products like they do on food. They do regulate that. They do not do it for our cosmetics. In order for brands to leverage the popularity of the term for more marketability, the front of their labels may inaccurately represent how much of the product is in fact organic. If a cosmetic has a USD organic seal, that means some of the raw ingredients in that product, maybe the aloe or the coconut oil, were produced without using chemical fertilizers and pesticides. When you see these products, be aware that brands may still include potentially harmful preservatives or other questionable ingredients in their products despite using organically derived raw materials. Excuse me. This is a lot of info. If you have questions, don't feel like go ahead and pop them in there. Or if you're finding stuff on the back of your bottles that I listed, go ahead and tell me what you found. If something says it's preservative free, beauty products that contain water like shampoo, hand soap, and lotion need to contain some sort of preservative or they will grow yeast or bacteria or mold. So, when a company claims a product is preservative free, it could mean a few different things. The product doesn't contain any water, so it maybe has, let's see what it says, preservative, so it wouldn't need a preservative, or the product may be only made with antioxidants or natural preservative boosters like a rosemary oil. In a few rare cases, a brand may ask you to refrigerate the product or keep it on your shelf at room temperature for only a few days. So if the product has water in it and it's claiming that it's preservative free, those two just can't be hand in hand because it will grow mold or bacteria. Chemical free. Here's the deal. Not all chemicals are the enemy. In fact, all substances are considered chemicals, even water. So this term can be misleading due to the lack of regulation. Instead of looking for products that are chemical free, go for products without toxic, harmful, or questionable chemicals, and make sure to do your own research. If something is claiming to be chemical free, walk away from it. Because what is it then? Dermatologist approved. A dermatologist may approve a product, especially if there's a payment involved, but that doesn't mean the product has gone through any rigorous or standardized testing. It also doesn't mean the product has been evaluated for its potential to impact long-term health. Dermatologists often recommend products that are less likely to irritate your skin, but rarely look at potential ingredient links to problems like hormone imbalances or cancer. So the best strategy is to get to know the brands that make the products you're buying and to choose brands that prioritize careful ingredient screening and safety over vague words used for marketing. Let's see, some common misinformation that you maybe, if you've looked into this at all, if you looked into safer skincare or anything like that, or you've dived into the natural world of skincare, you maybe have heard some of these things. We just talked about chemical free. You might hear a company boasting that they're chemical free. Again, air, water, all chemicals, all important, not going to harm you, right? So we don't really need to have chemical-free products. Another one that you might hear is something where they say chemicals in skincare can absorb into your bloodstream in 26 seconds. Well, some of the products we put on our body might break down through the skin barrier and be absorbed that quickly. Others are not going to do it that quickly. And it all depends on the product's ability to break down, your body's skin ability to absorb, how lipid soluble, how fat soluble something is. So if you see somebody saying that the ingredients are going to get into your bloodstream in 26 seconds, it's just not accurate information. There's no, without like long-term studies, there's no way to know exactly how quickly something is getting into your body. That being said, there is research that shows that BPA, which is a common product found in plastics and tin cans, and lead, so lead, like lead, do end up in the cord blood of newborn babies. So it does suggest that at least some of the chemicals we're putting on our body can be absorbed into our body and into our bloodstream. So what are some ways besides using safer products, switching up your products for safer ingredients and finding, a shampoo and a conditioner or a lotion that maybe don't have some of these ingredients in them, that you can reduce some of the exposure to endocrine disruptors? So choose a safer detergent, like a laundry detergent. Choose glass over plastic if you can switch up the way that you hold your foods, if you can do them in glass. Leave your shoes at the door. Wearing your shoes inside can increase your exposure to dust, lead, bacteria, and pollutants. Support brands that fully disclose their fragrance ingredients. So when fragrance is listed as an ingredient in the back of your bottle, it's usually a blend of various chemical compounds, many of which are common allergens or have links to hormone disruption. And since they are protected as trade secrets, so in the industry, fragrances are trade secrets, and so the company doesn't have to disclose what they put in those ingredients. So there's no way for us to know unless they tell us what those ingredients are. Swap out dryer sheets for wool dryer balls. Well, what? No, they're little dryer balls that are made of wool, and you can put them in your dryer instead of using dryer sheets. They're reusable, and they're a great option for reducing waste as well as exposure to potentially, children, potentially toxic chemicals and hormone disruptors. If you want your clothes to smell fresh, you can just add a couple drops of essential oil. Looking at food, if you can afford it, buy organic. Again, we talked about the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15, the ones that you should try to buy organic if you can, or you can skip if you can't. Shop local, farmers markets, CSAs, all those things are great. Replace non-stick with stainless steel. So although non-stick pans are easier to clean, they may be more hazardous to your health and the environment. These ingredients, polyterephthalate, like Teflon, those things are used for nonstick coating, which can release chemical fumes at high temperatures. These surface particles and toxic gases may work their way into your food and the air. You can choose stainless steel or cast iron instead. What are some of the other things? Walk and bike when possible. Skip the car and reduce your carbon footprint. Make time to meditate. This is what we've been working on, right, in our challenge. Studies show that unplugging daily and focusing on your breath, you can reduce anxiety, stress, negative emotions, blood pressure, and even change your brain function. Add indoor plants to help clean the air. Use reusable shopping bags if your store allows you with COVID right now. Beauty products or skincare products. Use safer sunscreen. So you want to look for a non-nano zinc oxide, which is a mineral-based sunscreen blocker. Wash your hair less often. I mean, that's personal. That's your choice. Save water, use less product, and train your hair to be less greasy. The less you wash it, the less it's going to have that like greasy response to not being washed. Choose cloth instead of paper. Paper towels, paper napkins, all those things are waste, and they require to be bleached after they're made. And so if you can use cloth napkins or reusable towels of that nature. And then know the ingredients. Information is one of the most powerful factors in choosing what you use. So again, I will link to the EWG in the big group that we have, and you can start to look at what some of your ingredients are. And if you have questions about products, I can list some different companies that you might be interested in trying, you know, a safer detergent that I can share with you, like a deodorant if you're still using an aluminum-based deodorant, all those different things that can just be like easy switches maybe. If you're going to start to look at switching skincare or cosmetics, like I would look at your lotions, the things that you put on your body and you leave on your body for a long time. Shampoo and conditioner is important to switch up, but you put it on, you wash it off. So putting those things that stay on for a long time and looking at switching those to safer would be the best way to start probably. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to make them. Or if you found something in the product that you were looking at that is listed on the Dirty Dozen from the EWG, why don't you pop that in the comments later and we can look at them. Or if you go to EWG and you type in your product and you get us like a rating, you can show us a picture of what you're using as a rating. I always think that's interesting when like you didn't know you were using something that's rated as high as an 8 or something. It's just kind of eye-opening. I know this was a lot of information at once, and so if you have any specific questions, please feel free to reach out. I hope that you have a fantastic Sunday.